Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Saturday to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are beginning a fourth NBA 2K22 Classic team. I am really enjoying the Classic teams for the NBA Finals matchups. I'm still going to do the current teams still, but I'm not going to do all of the current teams for Series 1. And I don't think I just made this decision final that I'm probably not going to do a Series 2 just because I've been more enjoying the classic teams a little bit more. And then we're going to do like the all-time teams the week of May 8th. So that's something interesting to see along the lines. I'm just going to do one series for the classic teams that I'm going to pick. I'm not going to do a second series. So we're going to show you the brackets here. We're going to show you the bracket, and the hint is it features Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman. Alright, here is the playoff bracket. We are the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs, so we are going to play the number 8 seed, the 06-07 Cleveland Cavaliers, with LeBron James, Drew Gooden, and Zydrunas Ilgauskas. This is the first matchup in our series, surprisingly, to feature Michael Jordan battling off against LeBron James. I mean, they are the GOATs in NBA basketball, but that is the number 1 debated pro basketball question among people. So we're going to show you the uniforms, and we'll see you into tip-off. Alright, so the 06-07 Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be wearing their classic way 03 through 2010 uniforms with the red, and the Chicago Bulls are going to be wearing their traditional home white uniforms. And we'll see you guys at the United Center. Alright, it is tip-off time here at the United Center, in the 06-07 Cleveland Cavaliers have won the tip-off. So now LeBron James gets the assist. So now it is Scottie Pippen going to pass it over to the UNC product, Michael Jordan, number 23. He is going to make a 3 from behind the arc. So it's now going to be Gibson gonna make that 3 for Cleveland, and he actually looks away to the crowd and gets it in there. And it's now Dennis Rodman and Michael Jordan gonna pass it over to Rodman. So now Rodman, he's gonna make that dunk happen, and it's evenly tied up 5-5 here in Chicago. Alright, now LeBron James, the Akron, Ohio native, with possession of the basketball, gonna pass it over to Donyell Marshall. Missed that shot. Michael Jordan with possession of the basketball. He is going to go up in the paint for a layup, and it's now 7-5 here in Chicago. So now Daniel Gibson with the possession, going to pass it over to Larry Hughes, gets that one in, and it's now 7-7. So now we got Scottie Pippen on the court for the Chicago Bulls. So Chicago is going to drill a 3 from behind the arc. They get this one in, so it's now 10-7 here in the 3-1-2. So now Daniel Gibson with the possession of the basketball loses it, and it is Scottie Pippen that makes the steal, gets that one in the paint. By the way, his son, Scottie Pippen Jr., plays college basketball at Vanderbilt University. So now they're going to pass it over to Daniel Gibson, makes his second 3 of the game, and it is now going to be 12-10. So we're going to pass it over to Michael Jordan, as they call him, Air Jordan. He loses the basketball. It is Larry Hughes that picks it up. So now Michael Jordan wants revenge of the basketball, so he's going to go up there and gets that one in for 2. So it's now 14-10 here in Chicago. So now MJ has scored half of the points, and now Larry Hughes, he's going to pass it over to LeBron James, the St. Vincent St. Mary high school product. So now LeBron James passing it over to Larry Hughes, and Michael Jordan making the steal for Chicago. So now MJ makes the dunk, and it's now 16-10. Yeah, it's 16-10. LeBron James, he's going to try to go from mid-range, passing it over to Hughes, so LeBron James will pick up an assist. So this game has been kind of a fast-scoring one, but now Michael Jordan, what is he going to do? Pass it over to Ron Harper, and then Scottie Pippen making a three for the Bulls, and it's now going to be 19-13. Chicago up by 6, so Chicago has not missed a single field goal as of yet. And Daniel Gibson, he's going to pass it over to LeBron James. So LeBron James going to go in the kind of close to the paint, but not into the paint entirely. So now Michael Jordan makes a dunk, and it's now 21-15. So Chicago is dominating at home with only 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. And now Larry Hughes going to pass it over to LeBron James. And now Scottie Pippen picking up the steal, going to pass it over to Michael Jordan. So he gets blocked there. And it appears that it was Larry Hughes that made that block. So now Daniel Gibson going to pass it over to Zydrunas Ilgauskas from Lithuania. Gets it in there. So it's now going to be 21-17. Michael Jordan's going to make a three. And it will be a 7-point lead here at the United Center. And it's now Larry Hughes with the possession of the basketball. So where is Larry Hughes actually going to take this one? So he's going to pass it over to LeBron James. So LeBron James going to make a spin, gets it in. 1.4 seconds to go. Jordan making the buzzer beater fly, and it's now 26-19 here in Chicago, end of first quarter. Well, all right, 26-19 here in Chicago. 4 3-pointers made for Chicago. Now this is going to be 5 because Chicago now has 8 fast break points. And Chicago is leading at home by 10 points. And now it is Eric Snow, the Canton native. He also played with the 95-96 Seattle Supersonics and the 2000-2001 Philadelphia 76ers. Anderson Varejão from Brazil. Going to pass it over to Drew Gooden and then back to Snow, who is a Canton, Ohio native. He's going to pass it over to Drew Gooden, and Snow is going to pick up the assist. So it's now going to be 29-21 with 3:28 to go in the first half. So Jordan gets this one in for 2, and it's now going to be 31-21. 21 points for Michael Jordan today, and he has 4 mid-range points. And LeBron James losing the basketball, so there is a foul there. It's on LeBron James, a shooting foul. And Michael Jordan is going to go to the free-throw line. So it's now going to be 34-21. So Chicago is leading at home by 13. LeBron James with the possession of the basketball. Where is he actually going to take this one to? From behind the arc. And it is now actually not behind the arc. He didn't make that three. It was just a simple 2-pointer. And there's a foul there. It's on Eric Snow, a shooting foul. And this means that Dennis Rodman's going to go to the free-throw line. He actually misses that opportunity. So now it is Eric Snow going to pass it over to James. And then Varejão makes the dunk. And he spent a little bit of time with the Cleveland Cavaliers last season. He only spent he played with only a couple games. I mean, he didn't necessarily retire from pro basketball, but he did play down in Brazil, where he's really from, for at least 1, 2, maybe 3 seasons after leaving the Golden State Warriors. And we are actually going to take a break. Alright, so now Zydrunas Ilgauskas gets the offensive rebound and the layup. So now we're going to pass it over to Luke Longley. And Steve Kerr, who is the current Golden State Warriors head coach, makes a three. And it's now 47-31. And it goes out of bounds. Cleveland has possession of the basketball. So we're going to try to play some consistent defense here. So now Dorial Marshall gets that layup in the paint. So now Pippen going to pass it over to Steve Kerr. And Steve Kerr's going to make that three fly for Chicago, and it's now going to be 50-33. So now 7 for 7 from behind New York for Chicago, while Cleveland is 3 for 5. They're 60%. So now Steve Kerr gets that layup in there, and it's now 52-33. And it is Daniel Gibson with possession of the basketball. He loses it, then picks it back up for the Cavaliers. So now Michael Jordan picks up that steal, and he is actually going to go into the paint, gets it in, so it's now 54-33. So Chicago's up by 21 at home for the first episode, and I'm going to call this the MJ versus LeBron part 1, because there's going to be loads and loads of MJ versus LeBron along the line. So Daniel Gibson has a shooting foul, so this means that MJ goes to the free throw line, misses that. He has 26 points today, and he misses that as well. So we're going to pass it over to Michael Jordan. Makes that three, courtesy of Scottie Pippen with the offensive rebound. So I'm really surprised by that. And they're not going to make it half court to end the first half. And Chicago's up by 24, 57-33. All right, Michael Jordan, 29 points in the first half, 1 assist and 5 steals. So it is now Scottie Pippen. He is going to go up there and get that in for 2. So it's now 59-33. Scottie Pippen with 10 points today, and it is Larry Hughes losing the basketball. Pippen making that steal. Going to pass it over to Steve Kerr. So Kerr is going to get this one in for 2. So it's now 61-33. LeBron James going to pass it over to Daniel Gibson. So now Steve Kerr makes the steal. He's going to go up, make that right-hand layup, drives it in, and it's now a 30-point Chicago lead. Cleveland with 11 turnovers, and we've had 21 points off of those. So this Chicago Bulls team is a really fast, and we get blocked. So we still have possession of the basketball, even though it was hit out of bounds. So where am I actually going to take this direction to? I'm going to pass it over to Dennis Rodman. So now Rodman going to make a dunk for the Bulls, and it's now 65-33. So they're crushing the Cleveland Cavaliers right now. So LeBron James losing the basketball. Dennis Rodman with a reach-in foul. And Cleveland still has possession. So Varejao going to pass it over to LeBron James. So LeBron James gets that one in for 2 points. So it's now 65-35. Scottie Pippen with possession. He's going to go in the paint, makes a dunk, and it's now going to be 67-35. And it appears that LeBron James has 8 points in this episode. So LeBron James, where is he actually going to take this? Passing over to Varejao, and James with the assist. So now going to pass it over to Rodman again with a dunk, and it's now 69-37. 14 points for Rodman today, 5 of which were from mid-range. So LeBron James going to make that spin move. He's going to actually attempt a 3. Actually, 2-pointer. Why do I always think that LeBron James has a 3-pointer? But LeBron James has 10 points and MJ has 29. Both scoring leaders for both teams today. Steve Kerr going to pass it over to Pippen. So Steve Kerr picks up an assist. So it's now 71-39. LeBron James, the Akron, Ohio native, with possession, passing it over to Anderson Varejao. So what will Varejao do? Going to pass it over to Larry Hughes. And he's going to pass it over to LeBron James. Will he actually get a 3 in this game? Yes, he will. And they are down by 29. So we're going to pass it over to Rodman and then some Scottie Pippen. So Pippen's going to go up there and score that in for 2. We're going to take a break. All right, it is now 75-45. Michael Jordan with the possession. He's going to shoot a 3 from behind New York, and it is now going to be 78-45. So LeBron James with possession and Michael Jordan making that steal. I'm actually going to attempt a 3-pointer and we get this one in. So it's now 81-45. So Cleveland is down by 36. But don't worry, this is not like a one-game elimination like in football. LeBron James makes a dunk, and it is now a 34-point Bulls lead. So now Chicago gets that one in the paint. And now Larry Hughes going to pass it over to Eric Snow. So now Eric Snow passing it over to Zydrunas Ilgauskas. And that makes it in pretty good. So now we're going to pass it over to Baisley. And then Jordan with the dunk. And it's now 85-49. So Chicago is looking red hot today. So I'll guarantee you this, that they're going to definitely win today's episode. And for the time being, we will actually see you guys in the fourth quarter. Larry Hughes made a nice block on LeBron James. So we're actually going to see you guys in the fourth quarter because I don't want to waste a lot of time on my camera. And LeBron James misses that. So we're going to pass it over to some Ron Harper and then actually Michael Jordan making that spin move, getting that in there for two. Now it's not Michael Jordan, but it's 87-52. I honestly thought it was, but it is LeBron James where is he actually going to pass it to? He's going to pass it over to Eric Snow. And it looks like that Eric Snow passing it over to LeBron James. So now LeBron James going to pass it over to Pollard. And he gets that in. So now we got Ron Harper on the court for Chicago. And he is actually going to go up into the paint. Makes a dunk there. There is a foul. And there's a shooting foul on Cleveland. So this means we are going to the free-throw line with Ron Harper. He gets it in there, so it's now 90-54. With 2:58 to go in the fourth quarter, they're going to pass it over to Wesley. Makes that three fly. And it's now going to be 90-57. Thinking about passing it over to Stoley. And then Ron Harper going to go up there and gets it in. So it's now 92-57. We're going to take a break. Michael Jordan is your player of the game for the Chicago Bulls. I will explain the numbers after the game, but the break is over and we did some depth chart substitutions. So now Michael Jordan, speaking of him, going in the paint, making a dunk before the shot clock expires. So now Cleveland has possession of the basketball. So where are they going to take this direction to? They're going to pass it over to Pollard, and then he's going to pass it to Brown. And Ron Harper tries to make that steal, but Cleveland has picked it up. Wesley going to pass over to LeBron James. LeBron James gets it in there. And it's now Scottie Pippen going to pass it over to Michael Jordan. So now Michael Jordan gets it in. So it's now 98-62. Michael Jordan, 43 points, only missed one field goal. And LeBron James, 9 for 10, he only missed one as well. So Michael Jordan scores Chicago's 100th point of the game. So the Slam Cam, he is your definite player of the game, Michael Jordan, right now. So he is about to get his 47th point of the game because he makes that dunk. And it's now, surprisingly, a 40-point lead here in Chicago. So now MJ has possession. He's going to try to make a three fly from behind the arc. He gets it in there. And it's now 105-62. Michael Jordan looking red hot right now. He has at least 50 points in today's episode. So that's a surpriser for an episode 1. Alright, 30.5 seconds to go. Michael Jordan going to go in the paint. There is a foul. Charging foul on him. So this means Cleveland now has possession. 25 seconds really to go in the game. But there's 19 seconds left. There is no shot clock after the 24 seconds. So now Steve Kerr makes a layup. And Chicago is is going to take the W at home for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. And Smith is going to pass it over to Brown, and there's now 5 seconds to go. And I don't think... Oh, they actually do get it in, the 3. But now we are about to take the dub in Chicago. And Michael Jordan makes the dunk, doesn't score it in. Oh well, we win it by 42. 107-65 is the final from Chicago. So it's interesting to see. Michael Jordan, 50 points even today for him. 50 points even, one rebound, 1 assist, 9 steals on the day, 6 dunks. And he had 7 for 7 from behind the arc. Scottie Pippen had 18 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists on the day, 4 steals and a dunk. Dennis Rodman had 4 dunks today, 14 points, 4 dunks, by the way. 2 assists, 2 steals for him. Steve Kerr, the current Golden State Warriors head coach, 14 points, 1 assist, 3 steals for him today. He had no dunks. Ron Harper had 7 points in all. LeBron James, 21 points, 6 assists, 1 block. He was 3 for 4 from behind the arc. He did have a dunk. Daniel Gibson had 8 points and 2 assists on the day. Anderson Varejao with 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist on the day, and had 2 dunks. Adrunas Ilgauskas, 6 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist on the day for him. That wraps it up here in Chicago. We'll see you guys in the next episode.